So as you can see right here, if I turn this way, right here, somewhat north. So this direction, yep, that would be west. So that would be west here. This way, showing that would be pretty much north right there. Different levels of knives, starting with the Swiss Army knife here. You get a little more hefty here with the Gerber, or even this machete. And then if you really get bored, you can cut down a tree. Or like a full-on barbecue, while you're out camping. So if you ever watch Forest Deforest, this is probably like a book that he'll end up writing, the Forest Deforest manual kind of thing. So this is pretty cool because the area that we're in right now.
Yeah, I understand, yeah. But maybe next week, my final next week, I'm freaking out. My one class, we got an email today yesterday from the CS head person, and they're breaking the class into two classes because there's so many areas that they're breaking it down to a C++ class and it's software development in C++. But I guess it's too many people are selling, so they go to C++ class and because I that's the last thing.
Apparently I embarrassed. Hey, Daddy.
This is so if you get really, really far out in the middle of nowhere and you have no cellular, you can send text messages through Garmin anywhere in the world, even in like Antarctica or like deep parts of Alaska or where there's nowhere near a cellular device. Well, I mean, cellular tower. You still have a cell device, but your Garmin would be the only way you could communicate. Be interesting since they have unlimited, Expedition Unlimited. Someone could like write a small book on their Garmin, because they can send as many messages as they want to themselves or to another person. This is a type of bike that Forest Deforest has in Canada. He actually did come to America, parts of California and Utah and stuff. But this is called a fat tire bike. funny that I come in here because I'm actually looking for an AC/DC electric charger for electricity, and most of the stuff is like solar power, outdoor stuff, and I'm looking for a charging cable. Oh, cool. Found one of these packets. So you take your iPhone with you, have a little arm thing. These are actually really useful if you're exercising. These things right here. I have one, but it was actually a female one. So it doesn't really fit on my bicep because my bicep's too big. So they have male and female strapped ones. But the female one I had to buy because it was waterproof. And this section right here is actually waterproof. But if I get a man one, I'd be able to wear it. I think these are. Now, the thing about this one, it doesn't actually because it's a protective covering, which is called an otter. This is actually called a amphipod. But if they make them a little bit bigger, they're probably going to sell way more because they would want to fit a phone with an otter. So.
That means it like zooms a little bit higher. Depending on what you like. If you're doing like bird watching, you probably want a higher zoom. But if you're doing like watching a sports game, you probably want a wider field.
So this is actually the National Geographic. It's a guide to state parks. These are actually really useful. Now, if you go to a city, it's even more useful too. If you have a book about the city, you get all kinds of information. These are really good for vlogging.
Steve, you just dropped something.
When I went to Maine, I actually went here to Peaks Kenny. And here. That's the end of the Appalachian. And we went here too. Well, they don't have it. So they have no charging cable for an AC/DC adapter for the phone or anything. They have one for the car, which is, so this is the place. But, I just figured they might have it there. The only other place is a Target that's nearby. I guess if you need some lettuce, just get some lettuce right here. Thought this was interesting. It's actually called a pet bar, but I don't think they're going to serve alcoholic beverages to your pet. But it looks like some type of maybe service for dog wash and unlimited bath and brush. I didn't really notice this, but this store is about camp, climb, bike, paddle, and travel. Is Cava?
Oh shoot, I thought I put it inside out. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, explain the situation.
Well, they had said that the way I was talking to people, so my neck started getting really red. My neck got red.
And how were you talking to people? Were you using curse languages?
No.
Okay, so was it the tone of voice?
No, I was kind of direct. Hi, welcome to Cava. How are y'all? All right, what can I get for y'all? So
they fired you because you were talking to people?
Yeah, pretty much.
Were you part of customer service?
Yes.
Okay. Those people are crazy. Don't worry about it.
First thing that started was I got...
Okay, they're having a nice Christmas party here at Waterside, right in the Grove. So Linda's gonna talk about her experience at Cava. It's a restaurant. They're really good Mediterranean food. And
for a free meal,
someone felt bad for her because she was crying, and someone felt bad for her and gave her like a $40 tip kind of thing. But anyway, okay, all right, here we go.
Here you go.
Okay.
That's my free meal.
So explain.
My free meal.
Explain exactly, exactly everything for today.
Okay. So about.
What's the location of the store?
Cava. It's over there.
It's all Overton.
Overton Ridge.
Okay.
Fort Worth. They're opening up a third store off 7th Street.
Okay, so what happened?
So pretty much they just said, well, you were telling guests that you were allergic. I said, no, it didn't.
Oh, that you're allergic? There's nothing wrong with saying that you're allergic.
No. My neck itched. So I told my coworker, I'm like, hey, my neck. No, my neck felt really red. I said, is my neck red? So I don't know, maybe a bunch of people heard it. I was like, hey, is my neck red?
So you were concerned with your health?
Correct.
Okay.
Then I went to the restroom. I said, okay, give me 3 minutes. I went to the restroom, put some water on my face, and then I noticed this. And I informed the manager about it.
Okay.
And then I went back to work for another hour.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, you're going around doing this.
Okay, so they didn't like the fact that you were talking to somebody.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. It sounds like to me it's a bunch of BS. It sounds like they fired you because they're ethnic and they're nationalist. They don't agree with your nation. But someone else did, so they felt bad for you, and they covered the charges, which is $40 for the day. Now, they also owe you money. So you want to report this to HR, go to EECU, file employment, equal rights employment thing, and explain why they fired you for racist reasons. It's almost a hate crime, okay, on their end. The only difference is they weren't allowed to touch you or they would be in jail right now. So, yeah, they fired you for an unjust reason. You're just as good as an employee because she used to be my boss. She actually trained me. So we know that the reason is wrong. All right, so we're gonna move on with our day. Right. This is a photo right here. Now, Linda just confessed she actually quit. She just didn't like the team, but she's got a backup, so don't worry about it. Someone's gonna do a project on a shirt.
I lied. Mess it up or something like that. Only mess up on that one order.
Yeah, she just felt like they were going to can her anyway, so she just went ahead and quit. But she got a free salad. It's like
I messed up on one order. It's not like there was lamb in there, or protein or something.
We added the pineapples because we got pineapple samples from Whole Foods.
Then the manager, I don't know freaking name. No.
So, if you do the Pancake House,
interviews are between 6
right,
to 8 and 2 to 4.
Then I can still come here and upload stuff because Whole Foods has really good upload speeds.
God bless me, that. And I broke that toilet dispenser. I didn't.
All right, so I went ahead and cut all my sodas. I haven't had a soda in almost 2 days. Yesterday I had a little bit of a soda, but no soda so far today. Stomach feels better, but not 100%. So it's kind of a burning feeling about like right here, kind of where the Pillsboro dough belly is. And it comes and goes, but it's actually, to be honest, it's more close right above the belly button. The belly button's right here, so it's like kind of like right here. And it just feels, I don't know. I'll explain all my eating habits over the last week. And I cut most hot dogs, so I don't really eat the hot dogs anymore. But I did have some cookie dough. So what I did was I bought a log of cookie dough, you know, like a pound of cookie dough or whatever it is that you buy that's like a log of cookie dough. You know, like a brick of cookie dough almost. And what I did was I was going to make the cookies for Thanksgiving, but I had bought the cookie dough like a day or two before Thanksgiving. And sometimes I like to kind of sneak in, have a little taste of cookie dough. Not a whole lot, just like, just taste it. And it was chocolate chip cookie dough. I was going to get if I got the macadamia, whatever, cookie dough, then those was in squares, and that would have been better, and I probably wouldn't have a stomachache at all because I'd done this before with those, and it didn't give me a stomachache. It's the macadamia cookie dough. But this time what I did was I sliced it like bread. It was like the Kroger version of cookie dough. So I sliced it like a piece of bread, almost like a biscuit, and then I ate it. Well, I felt fine after the first day. I did like 2 or 3 slices. Like having 2 or 3 slice raw cookie. Not too bad. Don't recommend it. Well, the third day, I kept doing this. Second day, I did a little bit, like a couple slices. And then the third day, I'd get home, I'd get kind of hungry, and I cut kind of a big piece, like a big biscuit piece of cookie dough, like bigger than a biscuit, like a couple of biscuits. A lot, let's say too much cookie dough. Ate that, about the size of a small breakfast sandwich. Maybe not that big, but maybe the size of a big biscuit or so. And that was probably the mistake. So the next day I felt a little indigestion, but nothing big. I had diarrhea for 2 days. And that pain has been there for a few days. I'll have to look at the original post when I'm holding up the cookie dough. Like this, you can see me holding cookie dough. So, don't eat cookie dough. I remember back in the day, like in my late 20s, I'd get hungry sometimes. I used to bike around all the time. And I'll be honest, I'll confess. I'd bike around and I'd sometimes steal cookie dough. And sometimes I wouldn't. But like I'd get hungry and I'd eat the cookie dough like in the aisle of the grocery store sometimes. and then just throw away the packaging. Not a good idea. Because I get that hungry. But this is back in the days when I was running marathons and stuff, and like going long places on my bike. It wasn't a good idea, but I'd get real hungry, you know. I do the same thing sometimes with lunch meat, but I don't do that anymore, really. Not really. But I did eat the cookie dough, and I thought, I can handle this. When you get older, you can really feel it. So you got to stay away from the cookie dough as you get older. Hopefully I'll be okay. I read a lot of articles about eating cookie dough and stuff. They all recommend not doing it. But sometimes people eat raw fish and stuff and they're okay. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think I'm going to be okay. What happens is bacteria gets in your gut from the cookie dough, because the cookie dough kind of slows down in your digestion, and that bacteria can get like infected and create what's called a small intestine ulcer. But it's not that painful, but I still feel it. So what I'm trying to do is more like water, green tea. I'm also trying to do, like, I do Pepto-Bismol, different indigestion medicine, and this thing called Yakult, which is supposed to be a bacteria that has probiotics, like 1 billion probiotics in it. So we're going to see if that live probiotics will help fight against the bacteria, and hopefully they say it can take a month to heal, even with what's it called, antibiotics, which I'm not probably going to be able to get a hold of, unfortunately. Anyway, just wanted to report that. It's December 4th, 2022. Now, about the cookie dough. I eventually cooked half the log. So that's about how much raw cookie dough I ate. It was half a log. So maybe a half a pound of cookie dough. Yeah, my stomach's still feeling it. So what I think happens, and I've got theories and I'm going through it, and I'm not going to do this again, is I think what happens is the cookie dough is like bread, but it's not cooked bread. So it slows down in your digestive system and it gets kind of sticky. But the bad thing about it is that your body is warm. So what happens is it warms the cookie dough up, and that's when you get the bacteria. And the bacteria turns into infection. And the infection can turn into what's called an ulcer. And what I'm thinking is what it's classified as a small intestine ulcer, because I've done some research on that, and you can get those. So you treat it about the same as you would a stomach ulcer, and you can have a stomach ulcer for a few days. Some have them for a long time. Charlie Parker had it for all his life. He was a saxophone player, very famous saxophone player, baritone, I think. But anyway, regardless, don't know what happened with Charlie Parker. And then Kurt Cobain also had some stomach issues, but I think that was from acid reflux. His was pretty bad, to the point where he couldn't eat. So it is irritable, but it's not like painful, but it does feel like a stomach ache. So, but it feels like that way in the stomach. It feels that way in the intestines, not necessarily in the stomach.